Welcome back, guys, to the Dragon Lore Podcast, and I'm Dragon John Z, and we got Paul here and CJ Penna, the Blue Steel player.
Blue Steel
and we're gonna, yep, and
aficionado.
we're gonna talk about my run at the DLC, what deck I played, and a lot of other stuff about the meta as we go forth.
So so you played Purple Steel, right?
Yeah, I played Purple Steel.
And then
I was thinking about switching to like Dogs or maybe Blurple, but Dogs were the second pick.
I thought you were for sure playing dogs. I saw the conversations and chat in the Discord where you were very set on playing dogs, and I was so stoked. I was like, Purple Steel, dogs, blue green. That was like the big titans, and I'm like, man, it doesn't change since I played in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the deck really didn't change since Milwaukee. Like we just got a few new cards. The same decks like Dogs, Purple Steel, Blurple, Green Blue. Still the same decks you just playing. Red Purple came back out of hiding, but other than that, the decks still was the same. The reason why I played Purple Steel because I had the most runs on it, the most reps, and I'm pretty sure I'd beat anybody in the mirror match. And sometimes I come to play draw, but it is some certain lines you can just outplay somebody with.
I mean, that makes sense. He did super
Yep.
well with it in Milwaukee, obviously, and it's still probably just a solid color combination at the moment, probably one of the most consistent ones in the game.
Yeah.
CJ, what'd you
Sometimes you
play?
just gotta stay with what you know.
Yeah,
I
true.
played Blue Yellow Detectives.
Blue Yellow Detectives. That's hot. That's interesting. I'm about it. You're cooking. Yes, chef. Okay. Was that is that like a list that was floating around, or is that like a home build that you made?
No, just a home build that I made.
Okay.
Was doing a lot of testing against Purple Steel early on, and
Mm.
it was doing really well against Purple Steel. And I figured that was the right meta call if it was going to be a lot of purple decks.
Yeah, he
Um,
actually beat me like 2 to 3 times with blue yellow, and I was like, "What is going on?
yep.
How?"
I mean,
There was some spice in there.
and it's funny too because like myself, I'm doing some testing for the Riftbound Regional coming up next month, and like we're me and my group are trying to target test against like the boogeyman deck, if you will, in that game, and it's like, yeah, we've got a deck that does really well against it, but like, what does it do against the rest of the field? That's I think that's like the real,
Yeah,
a lot of people miss on that because you're like, oh man, I've got like a 70% win rate against X, and then you never see it. You just feel so
yep,
bad.
yep. That's how I felt when I played Benja this weekend. I like, all right, I'm gonna play Benja for item hate. I don't know I'm favoring to dogs already, but I was like, if I run to a lot of dogs like Diego and stuff, I want to at least have an upper hand when just blowing them out with Benja. Even the purple yellow decks. And guess what? I played zero dolls or purple yellow without combo. I did play Zan. I did kill a lantern, but it did not stop him from combo killing me. It did not. I still died to the combo, bro. Uh, it was one turn where I could have killed the well, but he had a well out for like 5 turns, and it is like, do I can get rid of the well this turn, but I gotta put like 3 guys into it, or I quest all out and then be able to like I had Cobra in hand, like win the next turn. I'm gonna go for it. All right, quest all out, pass, and then he goes rip the top card up. I got the location and I got a combo, and I'm like,
Did
no.
you? Okay, so he actually showed you. You didn't just concede when you
Yeah,
saw it. Okay,
no,
okay.
I didn't concede. I said, go ahead, do it. And just like everybody wanted me to do, sit there while he just go through his deck for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah.
I got hey, you gotta
And
they
like,
got they
draw the
gotta have
card,
it.
untap this, play
They got
this, move a card over, draw more cards, untap this, that. All right. So now I got it because I got this in my graveyard. Um, you know the way, target that, but no way target itself. And I'm going to do it like until I will get 20 lore. And I was like, yep. And then game two was miserable because I missed like I drew all uninkables, and then I was just like, well, this is not even a game. All right, good games. And then now tilt me out of the game after that.
well. I
Was
mean,
it the
you
Calhouns?
Yeah, drawing Calhouns into like a triple genie only on 3 ink. It is like cause he
I know we were back and forth on that. You wanted to cut down to two Calhouns, then we convinced you to play three again. And then you ultimately stayed at three, I believe, right at the end of the day.
yeah, cause I like eventually if I play I need Calhoun only versus dogs, And if I run into a lot of dogs, I'm like, why didn't I have a Calhoun? Because you can't lose a game by like them replaying Lilo over and over again. And if you don't have Calhoun out, that Lilo just free, and you got to keep on challenging it until one of your characters die, and it can just keep bringing it back. So I was just like, I needed Calhoun, and then guess what? The Calhoun lost me versus Blurple every time. Like top decking Calhoun or play it on turn two, they was able to use Cat to snipe it every time, and this felt so bad.
So do you think going back you would only stick into Calhoun
Yep,
if
I
you were
made a
gonna
list
play
on
more
my
story?
Patreon. Yeah,
Okay.
I made a list on my Patreon, and I showed them what I play. I took two. I put down to two Calhouns because you all you need to do is draw one or maybe two versus dogs, and everything else is just bad. Like the mirror match, you really don't care about Calhoun versus all the purple decks. Calhoun just easy cat food.
So how did the run go?
My runs. So Friday, I was like undefeated, and then I lost my round six to Blurple, and then I played against my last round. I think it was another mirror match, and then I won that mirror match 2-0, and I was like, all right, well, I went 6-1, so I guess the deck is good. But I still wanted to change a few things and make my matchups better for like green blue because I think about playing green blue a lot. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna change my deck to beat green blue, and everything else should be fine. And I played zero green blue, zero. All I played was six mirror matches in day on Saturday, and I didn't lose no matches at all in the mirror match. I was just like, wow, I beat all of them. I even played Woe Chuck on stream for my big 6-0 win. And that was a close nail biter match, but we ended up getting there. And then after that, we just played Blurple. We lost 0-2. And then we played into Zan, which was another 0-2, which just felt bad. Ended the run of day one.
I mean, still a very good run, man. I mean, 6-0
I know.
against all mirrors. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, "Wow, they wish they had the mirrors all day," and I'm like, "Sure, you've been. They would have been losing to mirrors all day." And then they're like, "Well, I play only mirrors because the mirror is really bad if you go like on the draw." And I was on the draw mostly all of them. I think I only won one die roll against one of them, and I was on the draw versus every last one of them. And to come back after like being on the draw after they go 1, 2, 3 strength is really hard
Yeah.
even if they have two strength, and I still won. It was crazy. It was like some of the best games I played in lorcana. Those nail biters. It was close. It was grindy. It was good. But other than that, I basically made day two at every DLC I went to. So that's what I really was my goal.
I got a question for you. When it comes down to like the purple steel mirrors, do you think it was deck dependent on the last minute decisions that you made or last additions, or do you think it was like pure skill?
So it did come down to the last decision I made, like playing the second Zeus in the mirror matches. Bolt, not Zeus, but Bolt, Thunderbolt. So Bolt was really good in the mirror match, and it won me plenty of games because I had that second Bolt in there. And other than that, it just skill too. Like playing against people, some people make mistakes and allow you to fish your trades, and I just know the matchup of how it should go throughout the game. You know, you turn one, we both do
Mm-hmm.
stuff, nothing. And then turn two, I forced them into doing these weird lines on the draw. So you know how you play? We both play one drops, and then they play a two, and I play a two.
Mm-hmm.
I, I quest with my Captain Hook, right? And they go, "What? This is free. I'm gonna just trade into my Calhoun and gain two lore, and then you got to trade back, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, well then when you do that, you kill the Captain Hook, you gain two lore. I banish your Captain Hook, with my Calhoun, but they both die. I still gain two lore. And you still got a three drop and a one drop. But when I play my three drop, you can't strength it. Do you see it? They can't strength it because they don't got three guys out no more.
Yep.
And they play a genie, and then they untap, and then I'll be able to play my guy. And then they just stuck with strength in hand for like most of the game. If they draw a second one, now show two of them, and then I'll be able to get rid of nothing. And that's how you play that game.
And
And
that's
then
how
I
you can
bolt.
go wider and then
Yep.
punish them. Yep.
And then you use Bolt to get rid of the genie, and then Elsa to get help you get rid of the other guy, and then this turns the game around.
Would you say that there was a mirror breaker card in your list or no?
Mirror Breaker card? Not really. No, it's
Pretty
not. But
stock.
actually, Demona. I played for Demona. That is a Mirror Breaker card because most of my game I went triple Demona, and it just locked the opponent out of the game. Because like when they play Lexington and you play Demona, it locks down that character for like the rest of the game. Because some reason, like when you think about emptying your hand, you just can't do it no more in Purple Steel like that unless you literally play one drop and a whole bunch of one drops and two drops. But when you play Demona and they draw three, and then they just play Genie, they go back up to three, and it's like really hard to get rid of the extra card so you can be able to unfreeze your guy.
So I'm gonna pivot to CJ. I'm curious because
Yep.
John played 6 mirrors the first day, and you said that the blue yellow was very had good strong games into purple. So how many did you play day one?
Two. Only saw two. But
I love that,
generally
dude.
speaking, like my spread was quite wild. It wasn't like John's versing 6 purple steel. I believe it was purple steel into green blue, into purple green, into another green blue, into a purple steel, into it was just all sorts of things. I
You were
actually didn't get to see any dogs though.
you just had the melting pot of the
Yeah, I
meta
just had
share.
everything.
Yeah,
I told you what to play with dogs.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought you were gonna play dogs, John. I swear you were gonna play dogs because the new dogs list is super gas. I love it. I'd be playing it obviously because that's the only thing I know how to play. Um, but when you were showing your your testing footage in the chat, I'm like, man, John's John's finally gonna play dogs. He bashed on it for so long, forever since its
Yeah,
inception,
no.
and then now he's gonna take it. And I was like, watch him spike the DLC with it. And hey, shout out to Mark, the boy, going in top 32 with that absolute monster. He texted me. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going in top or third seed overall. Play dogs in your honor. I wish you were here." And I'm like, "I'm on a boat right now in the middle of the Caribbean, but I would have loved to have been there to see you and cheer you on, bro."
Yeah, Mookster did good. He got third seed overall. He was undefeated with dogs, and day one, he crushed it.
Yeah, yeah, he was
See,
roasting.
I thought about playing dogs, but it's just like really hard to pivot off something that you already like got top four of Milwaukee with Purple Steel. So it's like if I pivot off of that deck and then I lose to like Purple Steel or something because they tech and binges and all kind of crazy stuff, I'm like I knew I should play Purple Steel, you know.
Well,
So
you
it's
did
really
run
hard
into
to like
six
do it
purple steel,
last.
so
And it was I changed like what oh, 4 days before the tournament. I played online. I went undefeated online. Like I ain't lose like no games.
What?
I only lost I only lost one game to Red Purple because I was like, all right, how did they beat us? I'm like, oh, Horsemen, they could just banish the Tramp over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But then I figure out it's not that bad if you just have if you keep Shift Lady in your hand and never keep Tramp, you just win those games. Cause you go one drop, two drop, three, and then you just like play Chromacon and you just quest with everything, and then they banish a couple of your characters and you like Shift Lady, banish one of their characters. You still got Shift Lady, and you put two more characters back into your hand, and then now
The
you just
fuel
favor.
don't go away. The fire
Yeah,
stays going.
and if they make a
Mm-hmm.
mistake and they banish one of your other guys, you just be like bounce my lady, replay lady, replay lady, get
Yep.
two more cards. Like yes, his cards in hand, and
Gas
it's like untap
stays on. Yes,
triple
sir.
triple one triple one drop, and they just be like what? And they just die.
What was the meta share there? I think I saw someone post it, but I never got around to actually reading the full breakdown.
So the meta share was, I think day one, purple steel, and then it was um blurple into green, blue into dogs.
Researcher CJ, information finder. That's his
that's what I'm
nickname.
looking for now.
That's what I'm
I
about to
was
say. I
looking
see
for
him cooking over there. I know he's looking for it.
But that's why I'm pretty sure that what it was because I knew that purple steel was gonna be the most played deck. That's why it's really hard to play dogs because I'm like, everybody taking the binges, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And guess what? If I play dogs, I would have played six purple steel. And I'm like, what? All I do get purple steel, no blue decks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
found
my
it.
choice was kind of
So
correct.
Metashare day one was 24% purple steel, 17% purple, 14% green blue,
Yep.
and just about under 10% for green yellow dogs.
Yeah, yep. I
Now
told you.
Blurple is still
Well,
up
I
there.
was
It's
yeah
literally
going to the steel.
that's literally
Yeah.
Milwaukee. It's almost I wonder what Milwaukee's Metashare breakdown was versus Richmond's. Like two
Yeah.
decks are just gonna swap like one through three are like just shifting around a little bit. That's how that works.
Yeah, I could predict in the meta too. I was like, all right, this is how it's going to be, and it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Day two was different though. Day two, I think the highest percent was green blue into purple and then purple seal and then dogs
For what?
for day two at
Oh, for
Richmond.
day two, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. So I was like, green blue took over, and green blue is actually purple steel hardest matchup because they just if they shift Claire Bell and you welcome you, just the game ends on the spot. So it's really hard to play around that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, blue green Baja Blast. It's still a very strong like end game deck. You know, it's just it's the blue red, if you will. John, I know don't get mad that I said that. Don't get mad, but it's like the new blue
I
red
ain't
deck.
mad.
It's like the new blue red
I
deck.
know
So
Oh, I
I
have
would
the
have played
day
green
two.
blue.
I have the day two rates as well. So it's
Hmm. Go ahead.
purple at 24.82%,
Hmm.
amethyst steel at 22.26%, then blue green at 20%.
you said Amber
So,
Steel. That second.
Uh, amethyst steel,
I-
sorry, purple steel.
Oh, purple steel. My bad. I did
yeah.
Amber Steel. I was like, what? What?
No, 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 not that.
Um. So
Yeah. So
Purple was the
go ahead. Yeah.
surprise in day two.
I, I obviously took a step away from
What's the
Lorcana
answer?
because I wasn't able to make this DLC and stuff like that. So I haven't really paid attention too much into it.
Mhm.
And I guess my question would be, hearing these same numbers or hearing these same the like the meta share and stuff like that, do you think the game is in a good spot for standard construction, or is it just kind of feeling like it's like the same thing now? Like now we're just like rinse repeating, and like did the rotation even need to happen? Because it's like they were trying to, I guess, get away from that, in my opinion. But it like literally DLC Milwaukee and DLC Richmond sound almost identical for like deck list, minus obviously the Splinter Twin Whale deck, which I absolutely think is amazing. But like it's all the same,
Yeah, I think so it basically the meta is falling to that little trend of being like the same four decks right now. But hopefully the next set it changes it up a little bit, makes everything better.
right?
Um, and I think we got rotation coming up too.
Ro-
So
rotation.
yeah, I think so. 'Cause somebody posted saying this DLC would be the last DLC we play until the rotation for the
Oh,
next
well,
set.
I think that's what they meant. I think they, because this is the last standard DLC, because the last DLC for
Yep.
NA season is in what, June? And it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
Infinity,
so we'll
right?
see
Infinity.
two new sets
And
by
it's an
then.
Infinity. Right, right. And it's Infinity. So it's like this is the last standard
Mm-hmm.
DLC for this season. We'll get it at the back end of the year. I hope they bring more DLCs, man. Like
Yep.
that's kind of why I like kind of had to take a back pedal. I mean, just limited, not wanting to travel international, stuff like that. I guess that's my, yeah, obviously that's my choice and my only one opinion, but still, it's like, man, only three DLCs and two of them were pretty close. I mean, what, Richmond and Milwaukee were 4 months apart,
Only a couple, I think,
right? Yeah, it
months. It
wasn't that
was
much because it was
November,
Yeah, no, it was October. It
October,
was right before,
October, November. Yep.
yeah, right
Yeah,
before Halloween,
about 4 months.
and then yeah, so you have that small gap, which is about average, and then you have to wait what till what, 5 months?
June.
Yeah,
Yep.
June. Like,
Yep.
is it
So far
is it
away.
beginning or end of June?
Um, I think it's the middle of June.
Oh, okay. I
So
mean, if it was the
it's
back
kind
end
of
of June,
cool.
it'd be even worse. But like, it's still pretty. Like, it's like maybe it's like 5.5 months. So it's like you're talking like a month and a half difference, and that's a long time. Yeah, it's a long, and it's a different format too. So it's like, oof. Like
Yeah,
I'm obviously gonna try and go. Like obviously, I'd like to uh go back to the DLC, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it looks like 19th, 21st of June.
Okay. Yeah, and I
yeah, it's
mean,
gonna be fun though. It'll be Affinity. I get to play Blue Red, but we don't know if the Blue Red is gonna change or not though, because the Dex is gonna get like two formats. So
hmm
every now and then they put like an extra two or three good cards in there that can change the Affinity format, and they could make some strong aggro decks that beats out Blue Red. Like Amber Steel aggro right now is already good, but I think Blue Steel checks the aggro decks right, and then Blue Red checks the Blue Steel deck and all the other decks.
yeah, yeah.
Because
I
yeah, because
mean,
Robot Queen is busted.
all I know is I'm just gonna start picking up some Infinity staples like relatively soon because like everything's so cheap now, like so cheap for like
Oh yeah,
Infinity
now's the time
cards.
to buy.
Like I saw the price of Rapunzel's and I like almost fell out of my chair. I was like, oh my god, what I paid for those versus what they are now. I might even buy the DLC ones just to because they're still at a
Uh,
decent price, and you know see what happens if that shakes up the format because you said that there's two sets between there or now and then, right?
Yeah,
So what's the next? Winter Spring?
Winter Spell.
Oh,
Yeah,
Winter Spell. Excuse me.
and then the other one is
to spring
Toy
and the
Story. Toy Story one. I forgot the name of
spring
it.
and winter.
Into
Yeah.
the Wilds or something. I think.
Mm-hmm. Have they had any spoilers on that yet, or no?
No
For
spoilers
Winter
that are
Spell,
no spoilers that are what do you call it,
official, officially
official.
revealed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's fair, but like,
there
yeah, they
were there
just
were leaks. Yeah.
of course there's always leaks for every set for every game in trading card game history. Um,
yeah,
so again, I was just I'm always still trying to read and keep up with the back story and all the fun stuff, the drama, if you will,
yeah.
for Lorcana. A lot of what I've been reading and seeing posted is the Mulligan rule. It's like I think people are now against it. They're feeling like it's you know um, becoming too
Linear or something like that.
like I think I
I
saw
guess
so
because
like
of
R&B said it's just becoming so high rolly. It's like you're just able to find like everything perfectly. Like there's no
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So there's no like consequences to like mulliganing you seven stuff like that, and you just like, oh, here's Cell, Ramp, and Cinderella. Go. You know.
I wouldn't say there's no consequences to mulliganing. I mean, like I've definitely pitched seven because my hand was just absolutely unplayable and drew another unplayable seven. So I was like, it was even worse. But you
Yeah.
know, being able to shape the hand. I mean, we were talking about this earlier before we started this. Like when you went to the Pro Tour in London when they did the London rule mulligan, like
Mhm.
Tron was by far the most played deck strictly because of that. Like it was just
Yeah.
because it just made
Be
sense
able
to do
to.
it that way.
Mm. Yeah, I was like, be able to like just empty like this mulligan until you find the pieces was pretty busted back then. But Locana, you can't do it like more than one time. You just do it only once, and then you just like, if you have it, you have it. If not, then you struggle. But they could change the mulligan rule a little bit to make it a little bit more fun, and it makes people like build differently and make them second guess when to mulligan and when not to. Um, Stuff like that can be pretty helpful for the game, but we'll see how it goes in the future.
Yeah, I'm all for the altered changing. I think I've been pretty vocal about this in
Yeah,
Discord
you
and
have.
Twitter
You
and everything.
100% have been talking about that
Um,
forever.
so there are three reasons, and you can agree or disagree with any of these. But the first reason is I think a decrease in variance is healthier for the game, at least in this regard. The second reason is I'd like to see different lines of play. I'm tired of seeing the same 1 to 2 to 4 to 6, or just a very standard sort of play style that we've been seeing. I want to see more out of the box thinking and creative ways to get out of bad positions with not a good hand, right? And then the third reason is I think it will fix the play draw disparity.
Yes, that's very fair. Like I'm not and John, what I meant by like the London, like comparing London Magic to the um lorcana mulligan is just like the idea that you can just search for what you need pretty easily, because like in magic it's as you would say more punishing, because like let's say you have a open 7, you've got two of your 7 are like, okay, these are my curve right here, here's like my opening curve, but I need the other 5 are just like the back half, like I can't have these. Like in lorcana you're like, okay, cool, put these 5 back, draw 5 more, try to find, hit more of a more consistent curve. Or like magic, you had to put the whole thing back, right? And like you're down a
Yeah,
card after that. What I'm saying is, it's like the ability that you can just shape a hand into pretty much like the best hand of like possible. I think that's where people are like, now it's kind of getting out of hand, because it's like CJ said, it's just the same. K play Captain Hook, K play
hmm
Calhoun. Now they play their 3-drop. Like, oh, he played strength. Like as you said, that's how the mirror goes, right?
hmm
It's
yeah,
just
I
the
know.
same monotonous. Just yep, did it, did the thing, got it.
hmm Yeah, they could change it a little bit. Like maybe just like if you mulligan, you got mulligan all 7. And that'll be brutal sometimes. They'll think people think about it and keep certain hands where they need to keep them, and you might want to mulligan hands where you don't like have a lot of unequals in your hand. But then that makes you brick too eventually down the line. Because if you mulligan your hand, you get 6 unequals. The game's over.
All right, I'll ask you both this question, because I've also seen this, but not as much of it. Would you rather have a mulligan change, like complete work over, or would you rather have a 5-card sideboard?
Ooh, do I have to
You
choose on
do,
that?
you do. Pick one, bench one.
I think I would still do the Mulligan overhaul. I,
I know John snap saying sideboard. I'm looking
I
at him.
want a
He's
sideboard,
snap saying sideboard.
but 5 is too little for me to consider
I
that
mean,
a
I couldn't
threat.
say I couldn't say 15.
No,
Someone's
not 15, but
like
like maybe
I've
12 or
no, I
10.
couldn't even say 12. Like 8 would probably, like I would do like the Riftbound sideboard size, even though like the deck sizes are different. Like 8 sounds about right. Digimon, I think Digimon was the side deck when they did that test, was it was 6 to 8. I can't I one of those number. I know it was sub 10. Um
Yeah.
I don't know if you could
Um.
do Magic's 15. I mean, maybe, but like if I were to like be as egregious, like obviously if I said a 10 card sideboard, you both would snap say that. But I think if I say 5, like just give me 5 cards in my side deck or sideboard, I think that would be much more, fair of a question.
I don't know if I can justify playing 5 over a full altering system.
Well, they might do it eventually, like cyborg cars, but you never know. Cyborg would be pretty fun. Just like if I had a cyborg, it'd be the easiest game of my life.
I guess that's I knew John was his sideboard. It's not even a
It's
question.
like, oh, we playing green blue and purple steel is bad matchup. All right, 4 Timothy Mouse, 3 Tinkerbells. Yeah,
That's
Well,
7
how
cards.
about
They're
yeah,
that?
like, give me 5.
I
you're already
Give
know,
me
over
5.
too.
but I know, but I already got like two Timothy Mouse in the deck, so I'm be like, all right, 2 more, 2 Tinkerbells, and then
X. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
another dot,
Yeah,
like
just
two
throw it in
dots,
there.
2 Tinkerbells, 2 Timothy, 2 dots.
But see, like, therein lies the question, right? Because, like, what happens if you have a sideboard in this game with the mulligan rule? Like, how degenerate would that be? Where you could just dig for the sideboard card, and like
No, I agree.
you
You can't
keep
have that.
like 4 of like your basic hand, and then you draw 3, and like, oh bang, I see the sideboard card now, right? Like that, you can get real degenerate with that. Personally, I think that they should do both. I think they should alter the side. If they add a side deck, they need to alter the mulligan rule. What that mulligan
I
rule would
do
be, that's
feel
that's for them to decide.
there are a lot of cards in lorcana
Yeah,
that don't get seen play because there's no sideboard.
yeah, that too. But yeah, so we should talk about the person that who won the DLC.
Oh,
Green Blue won the DLC.
mm-hmm.
Did you predict Green Blue winning the DLC, CJ?
I had a good feeling. I was practicing with it all weekend prior
Hmm.
because I had deck paralysis. And
Yep.
after going 0-3 and 1-3 with it, I was like, I am not bringing this deck. This deck is not good. It's bad into a lot of the aggro matchups. Everyone on locals is playing faster decks. I decided not to take it.
So I predicted that Green Blue or Dogs was gonna win the meta. That was my predictions. I was like, okay, either be Green Blue or Dogs. I ain't think Purple still would win because I know there'll be a lot of people playing Green Blue and Blurple until just to, because Purple still got a target on the back. Once the deck got a target on his back, everybody's gonna bring decks to beat that deck. You know, so I was like, okay, Purple still ain't gonna win unless they somehow get the miracle and just go undefeated. But if you get into the top eight with like 4 to 5 Green Blues, is not gonna win.
Do you okay?
So
So like obviously blue green won. You had that thought process, but now my question is, what's that going to look like for the meta going forward? Uh, like,
uh,
do you think that's going to be because I know like like set championship stuff like that. Obviously, the set we have no idea, but like let's just say there was like a 10K or something like that happening. Like, would blue green be that the deck to choose, or like you said, it's got turrets on its back? Like, what would you then take?
yeah. So now the meta's gonna switch real hard because I'm pretty people was playing for the next DLC. I think it's Belgium,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be playing right like what is it? I think it's 2 weeks.
Wait,
Is it
I thought
February?
there was one in China coming up
That's
too.
a set seven though.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I think it's on in February or is it March? One of the month, 2 months maybe.
Right. Right.
But everybody's gonna be practicing. They like, okay, they got green blue back in their mind. So now they're gonna build decks to beat green blue. I mean, some people still be risky to bring green blue. So I think the best deck probably be playing. Maybe there'll be a lot of people playing dogs to beat green blue and blurple. So it's gonna be fun to see what happens when they shake out the meta. I think purple still is gonna change the list around to beat like blurple and green blue because dogs it's not gonna be that huge. It's gonna be like 9 to 10% of the meta. So they didn't really worry about Benja. They can play one Benja and then they can just switch their deck to like Timothy Mouse, evasives, and anything to gain lore to win these long blue mirror matches. So that's what I think was gonna happen. And Green Blue did not win. Tipo won
Dude,
the
I saw
Oh
your
my
DLC.
god, I
when
was
you
really
posted that
cheering for
when you
Tipo.
when you posted that I was dead.
I know, bro. He fucking well, he played Tipo. I was like, is I like Sky's gonna lose to Tipo. And once he improvised the Clarabelle, I'm like, okay, he's gonna banish the Tipo. And then he was like, all right, quest all out, play dudes, bounce Tipo. I was like, if
Oh
he plays three
no.
dudes, it's over. It's over. And he like, there's two Tipos in a Cinderella. And I was like, oh my, he better have malicious, mean, and scary, Prince Philip, or he better have the shift Clarabelle to win the game on the spot or something. And then when he used develop the brain on his turn, I was like, he's dead. It's over. There's no way he's gonna win. And he thought a little bit, and he like bounced Cinderella, and I was like, Tipo won. Won. JD Quest just running, laying on the ground and stuff. Like, oh, no. I guess it's
The
a running joke with him or something.
the late
It
game
was funny.
bane of my existence when we were playing blue red top decking that Tipo and he ends up winning a
Yeah, I know.
DLC. Growing
Yeah,
son, he grew up, he wins a DLC. He did it.
yeah, we did. And I would like to say thank you to Lamb for picking me for his draft team because they did fantasy draft for players, right? And they was like, and he said, I'm picking Jonathan Williams at my second pick. And I was surprised,
Second
like, oh, somebody picked me.
overall.
Yeah, somebody picked me.
No, no, I'm
I
saying,
was
but like,
like,
was it second round or second overall? That's a big
second
difference.
round. I think second round.
Oh, you weren't a first rounder? That's That's
I think
crazy.
so. I don't know how it went,
If
but he picked me second.
if he picked you second overall, like that's big. But like if he picked you second round, I'd be like, oh, it depends on many players,
No,
obviously.
I think it's second overall because he like I think he picked round one. He picked Ed. Well, his first pick was Ed, and then I was his second pick.
So you were a second round draft
With
pick.
Ed.
You were second round. You weren't his
Yeah,
first. You weren't second overall. You were his second round. Sorry, I play a infinite amount of fantasy
I don't know
football.
how that
So like,
works.
yeah. So in my head, I'm like, how many players was it? How many teams was it? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, you should have been a first round draft pick, especially if it was over 10 people in that draft. There, you 100% should have been a first round draft pick. You have the highest win rate in every DLC ever.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta pick you gotta pick Ed Schumann, the second place world champion.
Hey,
You
no
know.
disrespect. Those they're both absolute beasts at the game. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying as like a safe pick, like obviously Ed or DKP would go number one. Probably those are like 1, 2. But like between
Hmm.
you, Zan, uh Tiago, and probably a couple other people. I'm just like having a brain stop right now. Like you should be in like the top six, maybe five draft picks at a DLC for fantasy.
I know. Then he picked me, and I was
I
like,
mean, hey, he
okay,
picked you, but like the
I
fact
will
that you
prove you
fell in a
wrong.
second, like that, John got, unless he was the last pick for the wheel, like, oh my goodness, I'm just rambling about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, yep, he picked me. I'll help you win, and we won. Our team won.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, see, it's crazy. Like,
yep.
point that. Well. Look who we have here. Yep, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I
That's
know
cool
people
though.
that on Twitter was like, yeah, I would have picked John in my first pick.
That's what
I was
I'm
like,
saying. Like, if I was, I mean, no disrespect, John. Like, if I was number one overall, I'd probably take Tiago or Ed, but
Tiago, yeah.
yeah, Diago or I
See, like,
mispronounce his name. He's gonna fucking roast me.
I told you he picked Ed, but they picked me second, so I was happy with that. I was like, all right, I'll prove you wrong. I just
Yeah,
it,
I'd pick Diego or Ed
they
number
did.
one overall over you. But like, if you fell to me,
Yeah,
if I was
I
second
feel
overall, I'm taking you. So I'm taking you.
yeah, I feel bad for Thiago. He went 5-0 and he did the same thing I did. He went X3. It's like I went 6-0 and then lost four in a row. I was just like, up, I'm out of there. And after I played Zan, and I lost to the combo again. I went into tilt mode. And I see why you don't play when you tilt. Don't play your games because it's like you just frustrated and you just like mad the whole game. You're just like, all right, I'll just play my next game. Probably gonna lose, whatever, And
That's
you just draw bad, and you just like, all right, I can't play no more. It's over.
yeah,
Stuff like that.
that's something I need to learn to do myself.
I
How
think
was
we
the
all.
what was the time between rounds like? Because I remember in Milwaukee, it was kind of like it was
Oh,
pretty good, wasn't?
it was similar to Milwaukee where we
Okay.
would be waiting at least 30, 40 minutes before the
No
next round would
way.
start. Yeah.
Ugh, that sounds terrible. Actually, uh,
Oh, funny
eesh.
story time. Y'all want to hear this story?
Absolutely cook.
So I played round one, played a lone mirror match, right? We went to time, but we had to stop because we had extra time because they put us on stream and they took us off. And then after I won that match, they dropped me from the tournament and I got lost round one. And I was like, what happened? And they went to them and they put me back into the tournament and they paired me up with somebody else. And they still had me as the one. I thought one, they still had me as a round one loss. So I had to go back and talk to them again, and they had to fix it to put me back into the 2-0 bracket. And it was just a crazy experience. I was like, what? I was like, at that moment, I was like, I'm not gonna get win this DLC. This it's like all the odds against me or something. It was funny though. I'm glad I had my
All I'm
teammates there
gonna
because they told
say
me that I was
is you just have some weird things happen to you at Disney Lorcana events.
gonna.
Any other
I
card
know they try to get
game,
me. They try to get me.
perfectly fine. You start crushing DLCs, it's like things are starting to happen. That's I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Other than that, they fixed it. Everybody was good. All the judges did good. Everything ran smoothly for me. After that, I was impressed with the DLC that it ran this time. We still had to wait long rounds because it's just like a lot of people like me not like putting in their parents and stuff. Reporting it. I remember day one. I forgot I was the last person, and I forgot to report it, and they call my name on the intercom. It's like Jonathan Williams, please report your results, and I was like,
Oops.
I'm
and,
gonna do. I'm
and,
gonna.
and everybody looked at me and was like, they all start shaking their head. They're like,
I'm
I
gonna.
was like,
I'm gonna use the.
I'm like, oh no.
Oh, waiting on this guy.
Hold on, I gotta use the
Yep.
patented Jonathan Williams Dragon John Z
Uh,
catchphrase. Boy, you stupid.
I was like,
Boy, you stupid.
I was like,
Um, what's your next event, John?
next event, I don't know, June.
No
I'm gonna try to
way.
go. It ain't nothing to do, bro. I'm gonna try to do some case tournaments. I'm gonna try to do some 25K
About this.
CCS
I'm about to
tournaments
say, isn't
because
CCS doing a
I'm
bunch of
already
stuff?
qualified. In,
Oh, you already
yeah,
qualified?
CCS is doing a bunch of. But I'm already qualified for the lorcana one. I'm gonna try to get qualified with Riftbound. I might just play in other 25K just to grind money. I guess ain't
Pittsburgh.
nothing really to do.
Riftbound's
You ready to
cooking,
go to
bro.
Pittsburgh?
Riftbound's cooking. You would
Yeah,
like
Pittsburgh,
John. You would like the
March.
Miracles deck that's coming. You
First of
would
March.
love that deck.
Mhm.
It's like Storm. They already made Storm in Riftbound.
Yeah,
You can
I think
play
we're.
6 guys on turn 3. It's insane.
Yep. Anything you want to say, CJ, before we get her out of here?
Uh, no. Yeah, I'm good from my side.
Yeah.
Don't play blue yellow at a DLC.
Didn't you apply for some team?
Ugh.
It's funny, but yeah,
Well,
that's about it, guys.
it's always fun talking with the two of you every time. I wish we could do it more. We'll try to figure out some, like I always say that every time, every video we've ever done, we're gonna try and get right on the schedule. We're gonna try and get right on the times. This never happens. This never happens. But whenever we do
Yeah,
it, it's special, and I really enjoy it. So
yeah. I actually supposed to work tonight, but I called out of work, so because I had to do some other stuff. So I was like, all right, now I
he
can
had
do
to
the
do a
podcast video.
video, folks. That's why he called out. It's like, hey, yeah, gotta do a podcast. Haven't done one in months. Later, click. But
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and this is Dragon Lorecast, and we're out of here.
have fun.